To start with, all you really need is the tools you've learned as a therapist, which is curiosity and openness, and you treat the dream like you would someone brought you a story about their life, their encounter at work or their partner. You would encounter it and ask more questions, and you can treat a dream exactly the same way. I think the problem is that people have gotten this idea, from complex approaches like Jungian approaches, Freudian approaches, where there's a specific method, and you have to understand. With Jung, you have to, feel like you have to have read every myth and every story and every literature of all the world to really flesh out the dream. And there's this idea that there's a lot of special knowledge required, and that you have to come up with the answer. And people present dreams; they're always so I don't know, like they're mysterious, and there's no way to say, oh, well, that means, if you do that, then you're not really doing justice to the dream. I don't believe in universal meanings or symbol dictionaries, but I think that it's daunting when someone presents a dream and it's this bizarre scenario, and the therapist is expecting that they have to make it all make sense. And maybe the client is too. Mm-hmm. And so I just say, step back and treat it like any experience. And if you are going to ever find, maybe there is a reason this dream came to this person, but they're the ones that are going to figure that out. You are never going to be the one to have the answer, because you don't have their whole life experience inside you. Yeah. All you can do is invite them to experience the dream. And a really simple way to think about a dream is, this is from Ernest Hartmann, who was a dream researcher as well as a dream therapist, is to think of them as a metaphor for the most salient emotion in your in your experience at the time. So they're not going to be literal. The bizarre pictures are purely metaphorical, but they often carry an emotion, and like a felt sense. They carry something like that's not simply anger, or it's a complex emotion that can best be pictured the way the dream pictures it. They're not trying to be, difficult or obfuscate. This is the dream's best way of presenting this feeling situation. And so if you invite someone to just go into, what does this feel like, and get a felt sense of that image or that scenario, and see if that feels like it has anything to say to you, then you're doing beautiful dream work, and you don't have to know the answer. You won't know. It'd be presumptuous. Mm-hmm. And it opens up a lot from that simple idea of a metaphor for emotion.